They say revenge is a dish best served cold. But after 10 years of silence, mine is ice in my veins. The glass doors of Zenith Innovations tower before me like the gates of judgment itself, and today, I'm walking through them with the one weapon they never saw coming. My daughter. Their secret. His blood. I squeeze Kyra's hand as we step onto the marble floor, and I can already feel the shift in the air. Heads turn. Whispers start like wildfire. They don't know who we are yet, but they will. In exactly 3 minutes, the man who destroyed my life will walk through that elevator, laugh at some joke from his assistant, and look up to see the ghost he thought he buried. Except this ghost has his eyes, his face, his daughter. And she's about to call him father, in front of everyone. My heart is hammering so hard I'm sure Kyra can feel it through my palm. But I keep my face calm, cold, collected. I've rehearsed this moment 1,000 times in the mirror, in my dreams, in my nightmares. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're new here, click on the subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. The security guard glances at us, confused. We don't belong here in our worn coats and scuffed shoes. This is a world of designer suits and 7-figure deals. But we have something none of them have. The truth. And the truth is about to detonate like a bomb in the middle of this pristine lobby. Mama, are you sure about this? Kyra whispers, her voice trembling. She's only 10, but she's about to become the center of a scandal that will shake this family to its core. I kneel down, looking into those eyes, those unmistakable eyes that mirror the man who abandoned us. Baby, do you remember what I told you? About who you are. She nods slowly. I'm Kyra Kang, daughter of Dae Hyun Kang. My throat tightens. That's right. And today he's going to know it too. Whether he likes it or not. The elevator dings. My blood runs cold. This is it. 10 years of hiding, of shame, of watching him from afar as he built his empire on lies, it all comes down to this moment. The doors slide open. And there he is. Dae Hyun Kang, looking exactly like the photos I've memorized, the face I've hated and loved in equal measure. He's laughing at something his assistant just said, his phone pressed to his ear, completely oblivious that his entire world is about to shatter. He steps into the lobby. Our eyes haven't met yet. He has no idea. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. No. His gaze sweeps across the lobby and lands on Kyra. Just Kyra. And I watch in slow motion as the blood drains from his face. The phone slips from his fingers. It hits the marble with a crack that echoes through the sudden silence. Everyone stops. Everyone stares. Because Dae Hyun Kang, the unshakable CEO, looks like he's seeing a ghost. His mouth opens. No sound comes out. His hand reaches out slightly, trembling as if he's trying to confirm that what he's seeing is real. Kyra is real. And she looks exactly like him. Do you see it now? I whisper to Kyra, though my eyes never leave his face. Do you see how he knows? She nods, her small hand tightening around mine. The whispers around us are growing louder. People are pulling out their phones. This moment, this exact moment, will be on social media within minutes. The mighty Dae Hyun Kang, frozen like a statue, staring at a little girl who could be his twin. His assistant tries to pick up the phone, tries to say something, but Dae Hyun waves him away without looking. His eyes are locked on Kyra like she's the only person in the room. And then, my daughter, my brave, beautiful daughter, takes one step forward. Just one. But it's enough. Hello, father, she says, her voice clear and steady in the deafening silence. My name is Kyra. I'm 10 years old. And I've been waiting my whole life to meet you. The lobby erupts. Gasp. Urgent whispers. Someone drops their coffee. But I only watch him. Watch as the reality crashes over him like a tidal wave. Watch as 10 years of denial, of running, of pretending we didn't exist, crumbles in an instant. His lips move. No, he breathes. This can't. But it is. And everyone here knows it. Because Kyra isn't just any child. She's his child. The resemblance is impossible to deny. I take a step forward now, standing beside Kyra. Hello, Dae Hyun, I say softly, and my voice cuts through the chaos like a knife. It's been a long time. His eyes finally tear away from Kyra to look at me, and I see it all flash across his face. Recognition. Horror. Guilt. Selene, he whispers, and hearing my name from his lips after all these years sends ice through my veins. What are you doing here? What am I doing here? I repeat, and I can't help the bitter smile that touches my lips. I'm giving you what you never gave us. The truth. His face goes even paler if that's possible. Selene, please, not here, not now, not now. My voice is still quiet, but there's steel in it. When then? Another 10 years? Another lifetime? I gesture to Kyra. She's been asking about you since she could talk. Wondering why her father didn't want her. Wondering what she did wrong. I didn't know, he says desperately, his voice cracking. I swear I didn't know she existed. And there it is. The first lie. I see it in his eyes, the way they flicker away from mine. You knew, I say coldly. Your mother made sure you knew. She came to me when I was 3 months pregnant. Offered me money to disappear. To take care of the problem. Her words, not mine. The color drains from his face entirely now. Around us, the whispers have turned into a roar. This scandal is going to be everywhere. Kyra is watching her father with those big hopeful eyes, and it breaks my heart. She wanted him to deny it. She wanted him to say he searched for us, that he never knew, that he would have been there if only he'd known the truth. But the truth is so much uglier than that. And she's about to learn it. Is that true? Kyra asks him, her voice small now, childlike. Did you know about me? Dae Hyun Kang opens his mouth. Closes it. Opens it again. The CEO, the powerful businessman, reduced to a stuttering mess. He starts, but that's as far as he gets. Because at that moment the elevator dings again. And I know without looking who's about to step out. I can feel it in the sudden tension that grips Dae Hyun's shoulders, the way his eyes go wide with panic. Mrs. Kang. His mother. The woman who tried to erase us before we even existed. The elevator doors open and she steps out in her designer suit, her hair perfectly coiffed, her expression one of cool authority. She takes 3 steps into the lobby before she sees us. Before she sees Kyra. And I watch with deep satisfaction as her mask slips. Just for a second. Just long enough for me to see the flash of panic, of rage, of fear. You, she hisses, her eyes locked on me. Not on Kyra. On me. Because she knows. She's always known. How dare you come here? How dare you show your face? How dare I? I interrupt, and my voice is loud enough now that everyone in the lobby can hear. How dare you? You knew about your granddaughter. You knew she existed. And you chose to let her grow up without a father because it was inconvenient for your family's image. The lobby goes dead silent. Even the whispers stop. Mrs. Kang's face goes rigid with fury, but there's fear underneath. Because this is public now. This isn't something she can cover up with money or threats. I don't know what lies you've been telling yourself, Mrs. Kang says icily, but my son has no obligation to. I'm standing right here, Kyra says suddenly, and everyone's attention snaps to her. My daughter, my sweet girl, is looking up at her grandmother with tears in her eyes but her chin raised high. I'm standing right here and you're talking about me like I'm not real. Like I'm something to be ashamed of. Mrs. Kang's mouth opens but Kyra isn't done. I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask for any of this. I just wanted to know my father. I just wanted him to. Her voice breaks. I just wanted him to want me. The silence that follows is devastating. Dae Hyun Kang looks like he might be sick. Mrs. Kang's face is frozen in shock. And I'm watching my daughter, this brave, incredible child, finally say the words she's been holding inside for 10 years. But you don't want me, Kyra continues, and tears are streaming down her face now. None of you do. I can see it. You're all just ashamed. Kyra, Dae Hyun starts, his voice hoarse, but she shakes her head. Don't, she whispers. You had 10 years. 10 years to find us. To care. And you didn't. She looks at me and I see something break and rebuild in her eyes all at once. Can we go home now, Mama? I want to say yes. I want to take her hand and walk out and never look back. But there's one more thing. One more truth that needs to be said. Do you remember, I say to Dae Hyun, and my voice is shaking now with rage, with grief, with everything I've held back, that night in the apartment? When we were planning our future? His eyes widen. He remembers. You told me you loved me. That we'd face everything together. That our baby would have everything we never had. I stepped closer. And then your mother called. And suddenly I was the problem. The inconvenience. The girl from the wrong side of town who was going to ruin your precious future. It wasn't like that, he says weakly. It was exactly like that. I snap. You let her buy me off. You let her threaten me. You let her tell me that if I didn't disappear, she'd make sure I never worked in this city again. That she'd destroy me. I can feel Kyra's hand in mine trembling. And like a coward you stood there and said nothing. You chose money over your own child. Mrs. Kang's face is crimson now. You're lying. You're a desperate, scheming. I have the check, I say simply. The one you wrote me to, go away. The one I never cashed. I kept it for 10 years waiting for this day. I pull it from my purse, old and yellowed, and hold it up. $200,000. To erase your son's mistake. To erase my daughter. The gasps around us are audible now. Phones are definitely recording. This is going to be everywhere by tonight. Mrs. Kang's hands are shaking. That was to help you. To give you a start. It was blood money, I say coldly. And I never wanted it. I wanted him. I look at Dae Hyun. I wanted the man who promised to love me. But he never existed, did he? Dae Hyun Kang looks utterly destroyed. His career, his reputation, his carefully constructed life, all crumbling in real time. But I feel no satisfaction. Only emptiness. Because this was never about revenge. Not really. Kyra deserved a father, I say, and my voice breaks. She deserved to know she was wanted. That she was loved. That she mattered. I look down at my daughter. But she has me. She's always had me. And that's enough. I turn to leave, pulling Kyra with me when Dae Hyun's voice stops us. Wait. We pause. I don't turn around. Please, he says, and there's something raw in his voice now. Something broken. Please don't go. Not like this. Like what? I ask, still not looking at him. You want a different ending? A happy reunion? She's your daughter, Dae Hyun. She's been your daughter for 10 years. And you chose not to be her father. That's on you. I know, he says, and I hear footsteps behind us. He's walking closer. I know, and Selene, I don't have an excuse. I don't have anything except. He stops. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I turn around slowly. He's crying. Dae Hyun Kang, the mighty CEO, has tears streaming down his face. Sorry doesn't change anything, I say quietly. Sorry doesn't give her back the birthdays you missed. The school plays. The nights she cried asking why her daddy didn't love her. He flinches like I've slapped him. I know, he whispers. But please let me try. Let me be the father I should have been. Kyra looks up at me, question in her eyes. Hope and fear warring on her face. And I realize in this moment that this decision isn't mine to make. Not anymore. Ask her, I say to Dae Hyun. Ask your daughter if she wants you in her life. Because she's the one who's been waiting. Not me. He looks at Kyra, this man who shares her face, and kneels down to her level. Kyra, he says, his voice shaking. I don't deserve a second chance. I don't deserve anything from you. But if you'll let me, if you'll give me the chance to be your father, I promise I'll spend the rest of my life making this up to you. Kyra stares at him for a long, long moment. The entire lobby is holding its breath. Even Mrs. Kang is silent, watching. Why should I believe you? Kyra asks, and her voice is so much older than her years. Why should I believe you'll stay this time? Dae Hyun swallows hard. Because, he says, looking directly into her eyes, I've spent 10 years running from the truth, and it almost destroyed me. But you. He reaches out, hesitates, then gently touches her hand. You're the bravest person I've ever met. Walking in here, facing me, facing all of this. You're my daughter. And I want the chance to be proud of that. Publicly. No more hiding. No more shame. He stands up and turns to face his mother. Mother, he says, and his voice is stronger now. This is Kyra. My daughter. Your granddaughter. And if you can't accept her, if you can't welcome her into this family, then I'm done. I'm done with the company. I'm done with your control. I choose her. Mrs. Kang looks like she's been struck. You can't be serious. After everything we've built, you built it on lies, Dae Hyun says. And I'm not doing that anymore. The silence is absolute. Mrs. Kang's face cycles through emotions, rage, fear, calculation, and finally something that might be defeat. Fine, she says through gritted teeth. But don't expect me to play grandmother. I want nothing to do with this mess. Then we're done here, Dae Hyun says simply. He looks at me, at Kyra. I know I can't fix the past, but I'm asking for a future. Whatever that looks like. However long it takes. I look at Kyra. She's staring at her father with a mixture of hope and caution. Can we go slow? She asks quietly. Like, maybe lunch sometime? And see how it goes. Dae Hyun's face breaks into a tearful smile. As slow as you want. I'll wait as long as it takes. Kyra nods slowly. Okay, we can try. As we walk toward the exit, Dae Hyun walking beside us this time, I feel the weight lifting. Not completely. Not healed. But lighter. The truth is out. The lies are exposed. And my daughter, my brave, beautiful daughter, has a father who's finally willing to fight for her. The glass doors open and sunlight pours in. We step outside together, the three of us, into a future that's uncertain and fragile but finally honest. Behind us, Zenith Innovations towers into the sky, a monument to power and secrets. But we're walking away from the shadows and toward the light. Because the truth, no matter how painful, no matter how long it takes to come out, always wins in the end. Always. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more gripping stories every week.